How's it going, folks? Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel. The 2021 Steam Summer Sale is now live, which means there's plenty of great deals out there if you're looking for a new MMORPG to play or are new to the genre itself. For your benefit, I'm going to list a few games on sale currently with some recommendations. Now, you may wonder why some big titles aren't listed here, and that's due to the base game being free without needing to pay an entry fee, whereas the games featured in this video will require one, which is why I'm highlighting the ones on sale. So, let's kick things off with Final Fantasy XIV. If you missed the Square Enix sale recently, here's your chance to grab the Final Fantasy XIV Complete Edition on Steam for 60% off. And for those who don't have the critically acclaimed 2019 Shadowbringers expansion, that too is 60% off. Final Fantasy XIV is currently, in my opinion, the top subscription-based MMORPG on the Steam platform, due to many factors. The trademark Final Fantasy storytelling is the main draw here, and it's terrific, as is the endgame content and most of the other PvE activities offered. PvP is not my favorite thing ever in Final Fantasy XIV, as I feel other MMORPGs do it better, but that's for you to decide. Now, if you're new, you don't need to worry about having prior Final Fantasy game knowledge. Just jump in and let the narrative journey handle the rest. Now, that journey is going to feel like a slog at the beginning due to the pace and mechanics of early combat and the tedious side questing, but some of these areas have improved recently. If you're still on the fence about dropping money here, do note that Final Fantasy XIV does offer a free trial that lets you play all the way up to level 60, and it does include the Heavensward expansion, which is fantastic because it's probably at that point where this MMORPG really starts to pick up. My advice, drop into the free trial, give it a go, and if you like what you see, you'll have until the 8th of July to get it discounted on Steam. Moving on, we have The Elder Scrolls Online. The base game with the Morrowind chapter bundled in, which is kind of like the first expansion if you will, is on sale at 60% off. ESO, for those that haven't played it, takes place almost 1,000 years before the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, but you won't need any prior Elder Scrolls knowledge to jump in and have some fun. This MMORPG offers action combat and hours upon hours of fully voiced questing content, 3 factions for RVR and Cyrodiil, PvP battlegrounds, and endgame group content with trials and veteran dungeons. All of that is included in the base game alone, and we haven't even touched on your crafting professions, your progression systems, and skill trees yet. There's plenty of DLC content too, which needs to be purchased separately or unlocked by becoming an ESO Plus subscription member. Not gonna lie though, ESO has been killing it over the past couple of years, having added many game-improving features and systems since its launch back in 2014. At this price point, I'm definitely recommending ESO to new players, as I always do during a sale. It's one of the top MMOs out there currently, and it's definitely worth checking out. Up next, Black Desert Online is part of the summer sale, offering a whopping 90% off. That's like $1 in my regional pricing, which is pretty crazy for South Korea's most well-known MMORPG today, but not uncommon. Only a few months ago, the game was free to keep on Steam, so if you missed that, this is the next best thing. For potential players out there, you can look forward to plenty of satisfying full-action combat with a ton of classes to choose from. The game's huge open world and semi-sandbox life skills will keep you busy for countless hours, and if you want to be competitive in the endgame PvP content, you'll probably be delving into the cash store as well, and maybe that's why the point of entry is pretty cheap. Anyway, if you're in the market for an Eastern grinder that looks really good, and is constantly getting new content, BDO is worth a shot. Alternatively, you can get a taste of what it's all about with Black Desert Mobile. The app is free on the App Store and Google Play. If you're looking for a game that's not on the popular MMO category, there's a few off the beaten track on sale, like GLORIA VICTIS, which is currently 60% off. This is a low fantasy medieval open world MMO that offers classless, skill-based combat with realism, and the main course is the PvP territorial battles involving factions and siege warfare. The game might not be a looker based on today's standards, but overlooking that, there's plenty to like here, especially if you enjoy the competitive aspects of RVR. You've also got crafting to dive into as you claim a stake within the player-driven economy, in addition to the quests and PvE dungeons in the open world if you need a break from PvP. And then there's Project GORGON, a gem in the indie MMORPG scene when it first launched, and it's now 25% off. If you want a game that harkens back to the classic era that isn't defined by flashy graphics, cookie-cutter classes, and hand-holding, then this will probably be right up your alley. Project Gorgon emphasizes the experience of discovery and experimentation, letting you level up tons of unique skills to play the way you want to play. Tame some animals, write a book, whatever floats your boat in between your PvE questing and dungeoneering. It's got a neat community to help you out if you're still learning the ropes, and it's definitely worth a look. The game recently launched a VIP subscription that costs as much as Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft monthly, that offers huge quality of life bonuses, and that hasn't made the player base very happy, but I do see Gorgon weathering the storm. Anyway, I'd say buy if the discount was larger than 25%, and there's a demo you can play from the store page right now if you want to give it a go before purchasing. Another indie MMORPG on sale is The Yellow King, and you can pick it up at 75% off. This is a dark horror-themed MMO that's inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, and you'll see much of that in the ambient world when you dive into the countless infinite dungeons the game has, crawling with creepy cultists conducting rituals. Dungeons are the meat and potatoes of the gameplay here, as the mechanics are very roguelike, and you'll encounter plenty of traps, puzzles, and of course the loot, with a limit of how many lives you have before needing to call it quits. It also offers PvP arenas and guild battles, but when I jumped in around the time Early Access launched last year, the game was pretty bare bones content-wise and needed a lot of work, especially with its boring combat, so I'm not sure I'd recommend this as it's still in Early Access. However, if it looks interesting to you, don't let that stop you. The price point is pretty cheap. While TERRA 2 New Lands is also an Early Access MMORPG on sale at 30% off. While TERRA 2 is a top-down MMO with plenty of sandbox elements featuring unique seasons where new land continents get added into the game for you and your guild to go conquer. It's got a player-driven economy and you're free to pick up whatever profession you like, and there's a large variety of skills to sink your teeth into if you want to be a prolific crafter. Its combat system needs a lot of work, but you have huge choices to build classless characters with your favorite skills and take them out of the PvE zones into the PvP ones if you're feeling competitive. Unfortunately, even at that discounted price, it's hard to recommend Wild Terror 2 because there are similar games out there which are finished products without missing features that offer the same, if not better, gameplay experience and for free as well. So alternatively, you can check out Albion Online, which is my favorite from the top-down genre, and there's RuneScape and Legends of Aria 2. All of them are on Steam and free to play. So besides buy-to-play and paid MMOs going on sale, what else is out there? Well, you'll also find optional DLC and add-on pack sales from a few established MMORPGs on Steam, and I'll briefly list what's available for your benefit. First up, Star Wars The Old Republic have cosmetic Sith and Jedi bundles up for sale. Just be sure to read the fine print, as the reviews are saying that items are not being delivered in-game, so take note. EVE Online has their starter pack on sale at a decent price, which grants new pilots a bunch of skills to help with training, alongside boosters and 7 days of Omega. Trove has its level 25 boost pack at half price, which you probably don't need, while Skyforge has a 35% discount for its class booster pack, which unlocks 15 classes, and this one is not bad if you don't want to grind and have cash to spare. Now, if you're looking for modern-day survival-style MMOs or micro-MMOs, co-op MMOs, that kind of thing, there's a few on sale worth a look, like Last Oasis, Atlas, Ark Survival Evolved, Conan Exiles, Fallout 76, and much more. But this really isn't the type of games I cover here, so I wouldn't know what to recommend, and you might want to look into other reviews before you buy. And that wraps up this video, so hey, if you found this even a tiny bit helpful, do leave a like and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more MMO content. Don't forget hitting that bell icon too, which notifies you whenever a new video is up. Happy shopping, you guys. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.